Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Mr. Harry and everyone. Hope you are always healthy and happy. So, in this great occasion, I would like to share my reflection from session 1 until session 8. So, this is the three things that I learned. The first thing that I learned during the session and also making the research proposal is choosing the topic is something quite hard to do because somehow an interesting topic is hard to make, but the topic that I don't interest in or I consider maybe boring is always the one that the lecturers consider suitable. So it is kind of hard for me to choose the topic. And the second one is the speaking anxiety is real. So during the session, when one of my friends chose the topic of anxiety in speaking, and when it actually happened to me during the lesson, it makes me aware of my conditions, aware that I have the anxiety in speaking. The third one is learning using various learning media is quite fun. From the first until 8th session, Mr. Harry used various learning platforms and media, right? Like e-learning, Padlet, WhatsApp group, and it makes me less bored because every week I always wondered what kind of learning media or platforms are we going to use now? Alright, that's all about three things that I learned, and then let's move to two things that I'm planning to implement in my class. The first one is I plan to teach, when I teach my students later about making a research proposal, I will help them one by one give comments or suggestions because I know the simplest thing like choosing a topic can be very confusing. So just like what you did, Mr. Harry, I always be there for my students when they need me. The second one is the use of various learning media and platforms. This is very interesting as the one that feels the benefit of this implementation. I will definitely going to implement this in my class later. And the one thing that I need to improve is my speaking anxiety. Sometimes I always had those thoughts that not everything has to be said or it is better to walk in silence. But lately I realized something. No matter how smart you are or how good your research proposal is, if the world cannot see it, it will become nothing but an assignment. Nothing special but an assignment. So I really want to improve myself in this case, but I think not that fast. So wish me luck, sir. And I think that is all from me. Thank you so much during these lessons. Once again, thank you, sir.